workers, and for this one it's something that yeah, not for the first time. I'm a bit sort of late to the party with. I think most people who are covering this subject have already done so, but yeah, it's my turn now anyway. So for this, we are in Pleiades region. We're in the Asterope system, and we are going to be testing the modified Guardian weapons that you can get from good old Salvation. And the plan is actually to test all of them. Now, I've already got quite a few. When you think about it, there are 6 of them available. Class 1 and 2 versions of the gauss cannon, the shard cannon, and the plasma charger. And I've got 4 of each, so I've got 24 of them. But I haven't actually tested them yet. I do have some fitted to 2 of my AX ships, which are out in Witchhead region, Witchhead sector. But I tested those ships with the standard weapons. I didn't test them with the modified ones. And I fitted modified weapons to them now, but I figured I would wait until I was actually in the mood to do a video, and I would try them out then. And here we are. I can't believe it's 4 months since my last Elite Dangerous video. Okay, I've done a few live streams between then and now, but they don't count because they're live streams. So let's have a quick rundown of the loadout of the ship I'll be using, which is the Steamed Hams Fed Corvette. Now, the only differences between each of these as I do my tests will be the weapons loadout, and even then it's not going to be like hugely different. So we'll have a quick run through anyway. So Class 7 shield generator, which reinforcing the high cap, you're always going to use that for AX ships. The only time I ever use reinforced shield engineering is on AX ships. 2 shield cell banks, both class 7. They both have the specialised shield cell bank engineering. For some reason I put stripped down on one of them. They should really both be boss cells. No idea why I put stripped down, but there you go. Hull reinforcement packages, again they are all heavy duty with deep plating. So we got 2 class 5s there. We have Guardian module reinforcement package there, again class 5. Guardian hull reinforcement package class 5 here. That's just so I have caustic resistance. 2 more class 5 hull reinforcement packages there, again with the same engineering. An anti-corrosion cargo rack, so if I do feel like taking any Thargoid hearts or whatever, no problem. Class 4 hull reinforcement package with, you guessed it as far as the engineering goes. Class 3 Guardian shield reinforcement package, and my lowly 1E decontamination Olympic controller. As far as the core internals go, there's no surprises here. Military grade composite, no point going for reflective or reactive. Class 8A power plant, which is overcharged but with thermal spread, which is what I like. Thrusters, dirty drive tuning, drag drives, frame shift drive, again all the same. Life support has been reinforced, so I've only got that on the grade 4. Distributor is weapon focused with cluster capacitors. I could do with re-engineering this. I think I will be changing it to charge enhanced, and I definitely want to get shot of the cluster capacitors. I want super capacitors on there. And sensors which are grade 5 lightweight. Utility mounts, again no big surprises. I've got 5 shield boosters on here, all heavy duty with supercapacitors, 1 heatsink launcher with the extra ammo capacity, and a shutdown field neutralizer and Xeno scanner. And then comes the weapons, finally the area where there will be some changes. So dual class 4 beam lasers, so that when it comes to calling me ship down, no problem. And if I'm taking on Cyclopes, then I can get rid of the shield a bit lively. Remote release flak launcher, which I never use it when I'm going up against a Cyclops. Once I start taking on the likes of, Basilisk or better, then it's going to become, necessary, but for the moment, no. And then the areas where I am going to start putting in some changes. So this is the regular loadout that I have for this thing. So dual class 2 Guardian Gauss cannons and dual class 1 Guardian Gauss cannons. The class 2s I've basically got for just the sake of doing damage. They don't have the accuracy because of where they are on the ship. With how far away you need to be from the from the Thargoid, when you fire, they don't converge to a single point. And if you're trying to be really accurate, a lot of the time they will fire either side of the area you're trying to hit. So they're not great for that. That's where my class 1s come in. They have the precision. They do converge to a single point, but the class 2 don't. Oh well. They still work. That's the main thing. So what we'll do, we'll head out in this loadout and get a sort of a control reading, see how we do. I am all set as far as taking on interceptors. I have 2 metal alloys to get it nicely stoned at the start. I've only got 1 limpet because I can only use it at the end of combat, and by which time I've taken enough damage that I will need to come back and repair anyway. I'm not going to be going, from one Cyclops straight onto the next. So yeah, I only need the 1. At least I only need the 1 when I'm going after a Cyclops. I'm still hopeless against Basilisk. The spike in difficulty is considerable. Cyclops really aren't that much of a problem. They're pretty easy, really. But yeah, the Basilisk is certainly not easy. I've only ever been able to take out 1. That was at an AX conflict zone. So yeah, a lot of help. So I suspect I'm going to need to do a jump cut here. In fact, I know I will. And we'll be back when we find and enter a Threat 5 non-human signal source with a Cyclops in it. Well, okay, we're here, but this one fucking dropped me out fucking close to it. So yeah, he's now flexing his muscles. We got there. I could do with the occupied escape pod, but it's not that big a deal if I don't get it. Alright, so here he comes to scan me. So I'll return the favour, even though I'm not really going to get anything from it. I've got no room for anything else. There we go. Right. Sort out pips. Now, my method for taking on these is not brilliant, so I don't recommend copying my way. Fucking, what is he doing? Okay, so that's one down. And now he'll come after me with his old lightning attack. I'd much rather he didn't. Try and boost away from him. Failed, miserably, as it frequently does. I didn't get hit quite as badly as I thought I would be though. So let's try and deal with his shields. Don't need to worry about that so much. Looks like he's going to be doing a fair bit of jousting. Anyway. Round 2. Take out the next heart. There it is. Except he's now fucking turning around, so I can't see at all well because of all the distortion effect. And I'm barely moving. There we go. So this is where he will now launch a caustic missile. There we go. So I'll need to burn that off once I've got this fucker's shields down. Go. So, okay, so that's it neutralised. That'll be amazing, if I did that. Alright, so again, on comes its shields. This is where it will use its energy surge. There we go. And yeah, next load of caustic damage. So again, we'll need to burn that off once I get the chance. Done. Let's start burning this off. Alright, that's that heart down. Now if he had not moved, I would have had the chance to take him out straight away. Shields down, time for the final barrage. And down he goes. $8 million if we target the Thargoid heart, we'll know when we're 4 kilometers away. So that was, yeah, pretty easy, as you would expect. I know a lot of players do, rather avoid taking on the Thargoid interceptors because they think it's going to be too difficult. But really, Thargoid Cyclopes, it's not too difficult at all. And you get 8 million for taking one out. So, yeah, I think it's certainly worth, having a go against the things. And I'd like to think that I've just illustrated there that, yeah, they're really not that tough. It's a matter of just remembering what attacks they're going to use and when. And with the Cyclops, it's always at the same time, especially if you're taking them on using the same method that I use here. So you're always like fairly close to it. So when you destroy the first heart, he will be particularly keen to use his lightning attacks on you. Lightning attacks can do any number of things. They can certainly affect your shields. They can kill your speed. They can even kill your thrusters completely, and you are just stuck there motionless for a bit. Not for a hell of a long time, but long enough. Okay, so once you've dealt with that, taking its shields down, and off you go again. Destroy the next heart. That is when it will fire its corrosive missile. And in order to get shot at, just burn it off with your shield cell bank. Just don't use a heat sink at the same time. And then when you get the message telling you that you've, the corrosive substance or whatever is caustic substance neutralized, then use a heat sink. Get your heat down, pretty or as quickly as you can. So you can have a few bits and pieces still floating around here. Yeah, that occupied escape pod is still up for grabs. I think I might grab that. So that's when you take it out the second heart. The third heart is when it will then use its shutdown field. So be ready with the neutralizer. It will also fire another caustic missile. Again, no problem. Yeah, landing gear is not what I want. I bet you I'll fuck up collecting this. Right, here we go. Ah, there we go. Right. Anyway, let's head back to the station. And we'll make the first change to the weapon loadout here. So we will jump and be back once that's been done. Okay, so we have not quite done everything. I haven't handed in the combat bombs for taking out that last cunt. There we go. Once again, I am now allied with the Pilots Federation. Yeah. So we've changed the loadout then. So now, instead of dual class 2 standard Gauss cannons and dual class 1 standard Gauss cannons, we have fitted the modified versions. So I'm fairly sure they have more than one mod fitted. Don't quote me on that, but I'm fairly sure that is the case. So the Class 2 Gauss cannons then, well, all of the Gauss cannons, the blueprint that is shown there is rapid fire modification. And this means that they now work pretty much the same as the Imperial Hammer railguns. Instead of firing a single shot, they now fire a burst, but these fire a burst of 4, whereas the Imperial Hammers fire a burst of 3. Now, the thing that might strike you initially is damage here, 9.5, so it's minus 75.2. Well, that is, of course, per shot. So if you can hit with all 4 shots, you'll actually do plus 25 point something worth of damage, or plus 25% additional damage to the standard ones. The surprising thing is the thermal load is actually reduced on this, but again, this is per shot. So once you've fired a burst of 4, yeah, the actual thermal load is 25% higher than normal. But I mean, distributor draw is down. It's all looking pretty good. Damage fall off is 1,200 meters instead of 1,500 meters. I can deal with that. That's not such a big deal. And with the Class 1s, it's the same again. So damage is down, but say per shot. So with the burst of 4, you've actually got damage improvement. And so they do run slightly hotter than usual. The distributor draw, again, this is per shot, so the distributor draw will be slightly up from before. So I don't know, these look alright, but there's only one way to find out for certain. So let's head out there and see how these do. Now, like I said at the start of this video, this is the first time I've used these, so these really will be like, initial impressions. I've only ever seen them fired in videos, and I did a stream not that long ago, and at one point we were in Jimbo 76's AX ship, and he was using these modified Gauss cannons. He only had the Class 2s, but let's see how this thing does. I think someone just flew in the back of me. Yeah. It was the cunt that flew into me. You fucking take it up with him. Anyway, yeah, it did all look pretty good. Well, let's find out for certain. So again, I think we're going to need a jump cut here, and we will be back when I'm in a suitable non-human signal source. Right, at last. Oh dear, not very clear. Nothing there that I particularly want, so start scanning him while he's scanning me. So that's him taking off his bollocks. Right. Not the clearest of views, but anyway, let's see how we do then with these big boys. No. Well. That could have been worse. I wasn't. There we go. I wasn't blown away with how well the gauss did off the bat, but let's see what happens. Right. Round 2. The temperature is pretty high. Now I can't see a fucking thing. That distortion. Alright, that'll help. He's come shooting past way too quickly. Now the fucking heart's gone in. Back out again. Would if I actually hit the fucking thing. I may have to use a shield cell bank now. Here comes the missile. Alright, burn this off. That only just, yeah, only just started to burn the caustic damage off. That was more luck than anything else, but it worked. This is, yeah, we'll get the energy surge. Right. Now bucking out of range, so that's how far it's gone. It's still going. Alright, time for shield cell bank again. That didn't burn it off, so I'm gonna have to fucking do it again. I know he's out of range, but at the moment this is just to get my heat levels up. There we go. Ah, you fucker. Got his shields online just in time. Oh, another caustic missile. Just for a change. about temperature. Oh, fucking hell, I don't need that. I'm going to have to pick up all the stuff. There it goes. So what did I lose? My 2 meta alloys. Well, first impressions are not brilliant, to be honest. I was not impressed with those one bit. I suspect, yeah, I will need to do more than one run using these things, but yeah. First impressions are very negative. I didn't see anything there that made me think, yeah, these are the things to use over the standard Gauss cannon. Yeah, have all the damage dealt in one blast. I mean, okay, these things fire, you know, the burst is fired pretty quick. So, yeah, so you've got a pretty good chance of getting, you know, all 4 shots from each burst in the same place. But I'm pretty sure I was doing that, and it wasn't doing a very good job. Yeah, not keen on those, not one bit. Anyway, that's the modified Gauss cannons tested. So what I will try and do is get my meta alloys back. Yeah, I should be able to get those. But in the meantime, another jump cut, and I'll see you back in the station, where I will be, I will have the next loadout ready to give a try. Right, well, I have now changed loadout again. So now we are using the Class 2 modified Guardian shard cannons. Now, these things look promising until you look closely at the negatives of them. So damage fall off again is down a little, so it's 1500 meters, and the mass is plus 50%. Now, to be honest, I don't care about either of those. It's the others that are not so great. Power draw up 130%. I'm still fine as far as power goes, so you know that's not such a problem. But these last two, distributor draw 3.43 megawatts, 427.7% increase, and thermal load of 19.8. 1,550% increase. That is fucking enormous. So, I mean, these things do have potential, but that distributor draw worries me, and that thermal load is fucking horrendous. So, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens with this. Now, because I was so unimpressed with the modified Gauss cannons, I was going to change them back to the regular ones. But I think if I do that, for starters, it means I'll have less practice with these. So I'll, you know, and for another, because the regular Gauss cannons work really well, I think, it may skew the results a bit. It may be that the shard cannons are fucking awful, but having like the decent Gauss cannons on there may make them look better than they are. So I'm going to stick with the modified Gauss cannons, simply because, yeah, they were not very impressive. So the shard cannons may help things a lot here, or they may end up making things a lot worse. I guess we'll soon find out. So just to confirm, as far as power goes, let's just sort out the priorities. But yeah, my power usage there is 97%, which is what it was when I had all 4 Gauss cannons, so no problem. Yeah, right, they're all looking pretty good. Let's launch, and as always, we'll jump cut here, and we'll be back when we find a decent non-human signal source. So here we are with this one here. There's some salvage that I'd like to get my hands on, but more interested in testing these things. So we'll let him finish getting stoned. I finished scanning him. Done. Right. Here we go. See it clearly enough. There we go. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, you get plenty of fucking shots in on me now. Down. Oh, we haven't reloaded. Here we go. I mean, they are not taking long to bring the hearts out. But then I would say that about the regular shard cannons. Once again he turns round so I can't see through all that distortion. Still calm. Alright, here we go. There we go. This is doing better. My shields are not great, but my hull is a lot better than usual. So here he goes with his caustic missile. Heat damage down. And it was completely accidental, but I have already got the heart exposed again. There we go. Right. So is this going to be the energy surge? Yeah. Avoided. was a bit risky, but yeah, I need to fucking need that, don't I? I guess it was somewhat inevitable. Again, can't see where I'm firing because of all that distortion. He's out of range anyway. That's him down. Oh, I am way too close to him there. Get away from that fucking explosion. Hopefully I can move back faster than the explosion is spreading that corrosive substance. That went all right. The heat levels from the shark cannons were not as bad as I was expecting. They weren't great, but they were okay. It may just be my imagination, but it felt like they were doing every bit as well as Class 3 shark cannons. So yeah, I'm getting Class 3 shark cannon levels of damage out of a Class 2. Yeah, I thought they were okay. Well, so far, it's looking like these modified shard cannons with Class 1 regular Gauss cannons looks like being the loadout for me. But we haven't finished yet. So we will do another jump cut here, and I shall be back with the next loadout to test. Right, we are back, and we have made the next change to the loadout. Power usage has gone up by 1%. It's still perfectly okay though, so that's one worry that is fine. So for this loadout, we are still using the modified Class 1 Guardian Gauss cannons to get me more practice with them. I'm still not keen on them, but yeah, we'll give them a try. And now we are using the modified Class 2 Guardian plasma charges. Now, as far as the negatives go with these things, power draw is up 32.4%, but as I've just shown, that's still fine on this loadout. Thermal load up 50%. I can't remember what the thermal load was on the original ones of these, but thermal load 7.8 doesn't look too bad. I mean, it's certainly better than the shark cannons were, and I liked how well they worked. And damage is 4.6, so that's an increase of 66%. But then of course you have the multiplier as you charge each of those shots. So you charge it up full, it's 17 times that. That sounds like a pretty decent amount of damage. Now, not only have I never used the Guardian, the modified Guardian plasma charger, I've never used the standard plasma charger in combat. A lot of people really don't rate these things, and rather stupidly, I think, I decided to just sort of like go along with it without actually trying them out myself. And the more I was checking the stats and that on these, especially these overcharged ones, and I watched a couple of videos of them, the more I started thinking, why do no one use them? You know, why are they considered not much cop? And of the 3 modified weapons, this is the one that I was most interested in. It's also the one that I think I am going to possibly have the most trouble with. Because, yeah, so I'm not used to these things. So I've got a firing delay on both weapons, which actually is not that big a deal because usually I have 4 gauss cannons on this ship. So I'm used to having, like, you know, a firing delay with all 4 weapons. So, well, you know the drill. Jump cut here, and we shall be back with, with this test once we are in a suitable non-human signal source. Won't that be fun? Okay, here we are. Some metal alloys here. I might grab those. I'll let this cunt get stoned off his fucking tits. Alright. Now I can't remember if I did deploy them. So let's go and nab these. Go with the 2 I already have. Oh, I'm going to smash into them. Yeah, there you go. Alright, let's get the escape pod then. I hope I can get it before he comes along. I can hear he's already up and about. There we go. Alright. Where's he gone? There he is. Here we go. Take long to bring the heart out. There we go. Looking too great, so let's negate that with a short cell bank. Alright, shields are down, here we go again. Do with him being a bit closer. Okay, right, so they are. Could really have done without that collision. Don't need any of this fucking jousting bollocks, but it don't look like I can avoid it. shields are very low. Right, let's try burning off this. There we go. Took a bit longer than I'd hoped, but it's done. Still coming along here to try and take out the shields, but yeah, that's his next heart down. So this will be when he uses his Alright, so get his shields down. Again, I can't see if I can see. There we go. I was hoping that I could take out his beams or his shield. Hoping I could take him out before he got his shields back up. But no, not to be. Desperate to try and get my shields down. There he is, he's down. Alright, well, I still have the old caustic damage, but yeah, I do have my sacred one limpet. Well, at least I didn't, you know, lose me my cargo this time. The cargo hatch stayed in one piece. So yeah, shields finished very low, 6%, and hull at 50%. But I did make a bit of a meal out of that one. But I will say this: I fucking loved that plasma charger. And that's actually made my conclusion a bit more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be fairly clear cut, but no, it certainly isn't. There's nothing there that I particularly want to take, so let's head straight back for Copernicus Observatory. And actually I think We'll jump cut here and we'll be back once we are down. Well, there we are. So that is the tests of all three modified Guardian weapons. The only area that I may still be looking to test is Class 1 versions of the modified shard cannons and modified plasma chargers. But on this particular ship, I would not use those. The Class 1 slots are definitely for gauss cannons. I need that precision, and if I used Class 2 gauss cannons, I don't have the precision that I need. So I'll have to try a different ship as far as the Class 1 modified versions of the plasma charger and the shard cannons there. So that could well be in a later video. So what conclusions can I draw from that? Well, first of all, let's start with the modified gauss cannons. I think they're shit. I fucking hate them. They're useless. Certainly not for me. Well, at least certainly not for any of my AX Corvettes. It could be that they work better on a different ship, and if I was, going after, interceptors using a different method, which I will certainly have to do if I'm going after, anything more than a Cyclopes. But having used, having used them in three, taking on three different Cyclopes, I can absolutely say, yeah, I think they're shit. They are no fucking good to me at all. So they're out of it. So on to the shard cannons, the second ones I tried. These were good. Yeah, they were fucking good. It looks like the performance is up there with Class 3 shard cannons, even though these are only using Class 2 slots. That could prove to be very useful for a number of ship loadouts. So, yeah, I do like those. The heat levels are high, but they are not as high as I was expecting. I thought they were going to cause all sorts of problems. No, not really. They were good. And then we get to the third one, the modified plasma charger. And for these, yeah, they're fucking good as well. I thought I was going to find them a bit cumbersome with all the charge times and that. In fact, although it was totally unintentional, I found myself relying on solely them. I didn't use the gauss cannons anything like as much as I would have, normally used. Which I think is, a pretty good illustration of, well, firstly, how easily mixed up I get with regards to what weapons I think I'm using. Because, there were a few occasions when I was using the plasma chargers and my intention was to actually use the gauss cannons. But also, how effective I thought the plasma chargers were. Okay, I've only used them once, but I've already seen enough there to make me think, why are so many players so dismissive of this? And I can only assume they're doing the same fuck up that I did. You've seen videos and you've heard, other players who either make videos or in the forums or whatever say that the plasma chargers are shit, and you're quite happy to just go along with it. No, they are not shit. They are a seriously good weapon. So, what would I use? Well, I don't think it's going to come as any big surprise. Yep, I am sticking with the modified Class 2 plasma chargers and unmodified standard Class 1 Guardian Gauss cannons. That definitely seems to be the loadout that works for me. Yeah, I mean, I do recommend it. But just because it works for me and because I recommend it does not mean I am sitting here saying, right, yeah, go and change your fucking loadout now, you're going to use this. No, fuck off. That's for cunts like Exigious to do. I certainly recommend giving it a shot. If you are one of those, as I was, who dismissed the plasma charger without actually trying them, try them. I was very impressed. Yeah, I like what I see. So much so that now the Guardian Plasma Charger is it's a permanent weapon on this loadout, and it's a shame that the Guardian, the modified Gauss cannons were not so great. I just don't see why you would want to have a Gauss cannon that fires bursts of 4, because if you are just slightly out with one of those shots, then three of the bursts are hitting, which means you're doing exactly the same amount of damage as with a standard Gauss cannon. If you miss with 2 of them, you're doing less damage than you would with the standard Gauss cannon. I just don't see the point in it. It's I mean, okay, if you hit with all 4 hits, you're doing 25% extra damage. It's not enough. It's not enough for me to consider using them. I needed it to do more, and to be honest, I was expecting more from it, and it didn't deliver. So yeah, the Gauss cannons were they're shite. Really disappointed with those. I was expecting them to be a hell of a lot better than they were. So that is what I would go with based on my own results and as you've seen them there. So yeah, the new weapons, or Guardian weapons anyway, for my AX Corvette is dual modified Guardian plasma chargers and dual standard Class 1 Guardian Gauss cannons. Now that's what I would use on my Corvette here in Pleiades. Now my Corvette that I've got out in Coalsack has another different loadout, not completely different, but it's got Class 1 Gauss cannons, but it has Class 2 lasers, beam lasers, and here it has Class 3 Guardian weapons. It's currently using Class 3 shard cannons. I may be changing those for Class 3 plasma chargers. But I may need to test how that does with some of these Guardian weapons. Also, out here, I have the Camberwell Carrot, which is my AX Crite Mark II. Now I have taken this out against Cyclopes, and I've beaten them every time I've engaged one in this thing, which sounds more impressive than it is because I've only ever done it twice. But this thing may benefit from these modified weapons. The only drawback is power, because if we have a look here, I'm already using, like, 100%. Now the reason it's so high is because my power plant, yeah, is grade 5 armoured with thermal spread. So, I mean, if I overcharged it, yeah, it would get, obviously a lot more, but I don't particularly want to overcharge it. I would rather have the additional protection of having it armoured. But nevertheless, it currently has here dual class 2 Gauss cannons and a single shard cannon, class 3. Now, yeah, looking at that, I don't think I've really got much scope that I can change here. There's no point putting a modified class 2 weapon in a class 3 slot. If you can use class 3 weapons, then you want to use those all the time, you don't downgrade them. So that would mean the only weapons I'm going to possibly change are the Guardian Gauss cannons, since they are class 2s, but no, I'm not going to do that on this. So this ship is not going to be changing. Neither will my heavy fighter that is out in Colsack, which is a Python. It has a very, very similar loadout. Obviously, I mean, these two ships, as far as their module slots, are nigh on identical. But yeah, those don't look like changing. But I do have some ships that may require some changes, and they are out in Witchhead. So I think the next video that I do, that is not a live stream and not a guide, could well be testing out those AX ships out in Witchhead and seeing how they do. They have very different loadouts. They are both shieldless, which is a loadout that's becoming more and more popular, and it did not take me long to figure out why. So yeah, I've given them a go, but they do have modified Gauss cannons. They need to go, they need to be changed. Put, like, regular ones back on. But that's for another video, I think. So, yeah, there we are. The first tests of the modified Guardian weapons. A mixed bag. 2 of them were great. 1 was shite. And you've seen the change that has been made to this Corvette as a result. One more change that it absolutely needs to do. I've got to re-engineer the distributor. Yeah, weapon focus is all well and good, but yeah, I'd much rather have the charge enhanced, and I've definitely got to sort out that experimental. This has got completely the wrong experimental on it. So yeah, this is probably what I'll be doing next, but not in a video, you'll be glad to hear. You'll also be very glad to hear that is this video finished. So without further ado, go away.